I was going to edit this video to clean it up, but and I ultimately decided not to. I think if you watch it all the way through, you'll understand why. Trust me, it gets better as you go along. And you know what? If you don't want all this crap that I blabber about on in the beginning, just skip it. Bounce a few minutes ahead, whatever. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Can you see the Intellivision? We got to get the meme, guys. We got to, while I'm here. Okay, you can see that it's an Intellivision, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, we got a thumbnail. Yeah! Hello, my regular viewers. To those of you who don't know me, this may not be very interesting to you, but little life update. It took me weeks, but largely working alone, but I finally did get everything moved out of my offices and into a storage unit. And yeah, that's definitely a storage unit. There's a lot going on here. Unfortunately, one of my problems is that because I have so much less space, and I'm sharing it with other people, as far as, you know, I'm working from home at this point. Because I'm sharing so much with other people, I can't really do things quite the way I used to, and I've got a lot of catching up to do on computer repair work, but also, I found out I actually qualify for a lot more jobs than I thought I did, and there is a strong possibility that I will get a rather lucrative position at a rather large company of some sort, doing various, you know, system administration, network infrastructure, programming, you name it. But there actually may be real employment by another person in my future. So I don't know. I'm making this video mainly because I haven't really posted anything significant in a while. Some dumb jokes, some stupid cell phone videos. This is actually my camcorder. But, you know, I've been working on this for weeks. I've been, you know, spent 2 months sick. And this is just where things are going, man. I have this disastrous mess here because, unfortunately, one of my problems in life has been that I am much like my father, and I have projects that I simply have not done. A lot of what you see back here in this unit is, oh, it's a project I'd like to do. Oh, it's a project I'd like to do. Excuse me. And that's kind of the problem with a lot of it. Like, here, let's take a look. So, we got VHS tapes. We got a lot of VHS tapes. You've seen this before if you're a regular on my channel. Tons of VHS tapes. And that's a project. Don't know how that's going to work out at this point, but that's a project I at least wanted to do. I've got my share of old computers. No joke, like that's probably a Pentium 3 or 4, so I don't know. It's beige. Do you really need any more information? Down here, actually, I need to turn on the light, because this is kind of exciting. No clue if this works. But you see that thing right there? Buried deep down beside that PC Junior that's probably not going to be very useful. That's a Dell Precision 486 DX266. That is an early 90s PC. And there's even some interesting stuff that kind of came with that. And the PC Junior. I got some other stuff here that came with this beige beast. There's another CRT monitor. There's a giant CRT TV over there if you really want to look. A less giant one, but you guys knew that I had that stuff already. But yeah, this is a, I don't want to pull it out right now, but this is basically a laboratory camera, not camcorder, because it doesn't have a tape deck. It is only a old school tri-tube video camera from the early 80s used by, I think like Duke Power or something. It's like a lab camera. Excuse me, I still have the bronchitis and it's killing me. But yeah, you get the idea. Like, I have all this stuff. By the way, if anybody wants to buy this stupid big thing, let me know. Sony Vaio that I got from like a local church. And IBM Aptiva, it's a K6 II. You know, I got all these things that I'd love to play with and put on video for you guys, but it's looking like I may qualify for jobs that will make me a lot more money than I'm making now. I'm talking like literally 10 times the money if I play all my cards right somehow. And it's a struggle, because the truth is, I'm a hobbyist, right? I'm a tech hobbyist. I would love it if I could do all this, okay? But the state of the world is such that, you know, if I want to make you guys YouTube videos about like all this VHS tape stuff or in television or whatever, you know, any of these projects that I've managed to stack up to the point that I could do them for years and never run out, YouTube's not going to pay enough. You know, no platform is going to pay enough for that. Content is a joke. Everybody's making content, and nobody's making money off content except for a very small number of large players. There's something on these glasses, so I'm just going to ditch them. But that's kind of my point, is that we're getting to a point where YouTube has really stagnated, and with them doing stuff like trying to keep you from doing background playback in your browser, you know, by the way, background playback on YouTube is not a feature. They've made it a feature for YouTube Premium, but it's not actually a feature in any way. Background playback's just how a browser works. They have to actively detect the tab state and then shut down your playback once they detect that their tab has gone idle, to be able to stop you from having background playback. So the whole thing where YouTube is locking background playback on mobile browsers behind a YouTube Premium subscription, and now there's a cat and mouse war between them and Brave, that is entirely that YouTube is going out of their way to stop your playback. It's not normal. And it's the same with the app that they had. They locked that and the Android app and such behind YouTube Premium. Thanks, Revanced Extended. But, yeah, you get the idea. Oh, look, computer repair. Just through that wall, I suppose. But anyway, YouTube has, there was a time when I thought I might actually be able to make YouTube work as some sort of monetary, like maybe I can do these things that I love, right? And make money while doing it. But I can't do that. It would turn my hobby into my job and ruin it all for me. I would stop having fun. I would be stuck. YouTube is notorious for rug pulling people, which is like, it's worse than a job, actually. Anyway, I didn't come here to complain about YouTube, but YouTube is just so bad now. So what I'm saying is, I may be on the verge of just shutting my computer business down, temporarily halting it or doing it on the side or something instead of making it my main income, because I found tech bro jobs that I actually qualify for, that I can make a lot of money doing. And let's just be honest, if I can make 10 times the money, not have to deal with the crap of running my own business, and not have to worry about YouTube. In this case, like putting all your eggs in the YouTube basket's never been a great idea. But why would I make videos? Why would I continue to do my own thing? It's very difficult for me, because I know what I want to do, but I also know what I need. What I need is money, and a lot of money. I'm getting older. Things are creaky, you know. I'm not unhealthy, but I'm fucking fat. I don't know if you noticed. I got big titties for a boy. But yeah, I'm not, and that's not a money issue so much. But like, I got teeth that need fixing. I got whatever. I got all kinds of fun problems. And I'm sure that at my age, things will get worse over time. Slowly, but then quicker, as it does with everybody. Everybody in every family, in every section of the world. And money fixes a lot of those problems. And I don't make enough dicking around with computers and having like 2 large clients that represent most of my income at this point, honestly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably have to bail, and I hate it. But at the same time, I love it, but I hate it. It really is love-hate. The running your own business and having the freedom to do your own stuff is great. I love it, and I hate it at the same time, because while you have all this freedom to set your schedule and such, you also are shackled by the fact that you do have to do it. You have to stay on top of it all the time. It's beyond a full-time job. And I'm tired, bros. I'm just tired of this shit. I don't really want to deal with this shit anymore. I haven't found computer repair to be interesting in a very long time. I don't really want to do board repair, but the way things have gone, the PC repair side of things, it feels like you have to do everything just to survive as a business, which is why there's a fairy in my pocket. But that's why I moved towards the computer consulting, on-site service side of things, because that's where you can make money doing this stuff, because computer hardware is cheap now. Computer hardware is quite cheap, but what you cannot pay for at a store is, I need help getting my stuff transferred from here to there, or I need help getting into this computer, or I need help, with, I don't understand how to do this or that, or I need these people added to the network, and blah, 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 blah. So services are where it's at, and the truth is, my heart's not been in this stuff for a while. And you all know that I want to program, but unfortunately I have to spend a grossly disproportionate amount of my time doing IT service stuff for people. And this would get me into, big iron enterprise stuff and so on. At this point, I kind of don't know why I'm even making this. I feel like maybe what's going on is I feel like I owe you all some sort of an explanation. Because I don't know. That's actually pretty accurate. I just don't know. I don't know why I do some of the things that I do at this point, other than that's what I've always done. You probably noticed that my YouTube stuff's tapered off and gotten very lazy. This will probably be somewhat lazy as well. I really should have muted my phone, shouldn't I? It's blinging constantly. But anyway, if you don't see content from me, or if you see it rarely, you know why. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's honestly, at this point, I kind of wonder, YouTube and, YouTube is kind of like, it's kind of like any huge platform that's got a ton of momentum behind it, like Facebook. It will probably never die. YouTube's not going anywhere, but people like me just aren't going to use YouTube so much anymore if they keep getting more and more hostile. And that's the thing, is like, I don't know, I've kind of gotten to the point where the only things that I don't watch videos on YouTube anymore. I listen mostly to people reading stories from the internet, like in my car or in the shower. So I've kind of just stopped watching videos entirely, because, to be completely honest, it's just boring now. It's really a burnout. The world is just annoying at this point. Everything is so goddamn annoying, but it's also at the same time very, very samey. And maybe you share my struggle. It's all the same bullshit over and over and over on a constant basis. There's not much in the way of interesting content left. There's not much interesting in general. Everything, like for example, let's take my favorite thing to rage bait with, political topics, right? It's always the same crap over and over and over, but in a slightly different setting, or with slightly different names, And about the only thing that has really been different the past year or so is that because Donald Trump's gotten into this legendary second presidency, and is doing some things differently, there's actually something there to look at and go, holy crap, things have changed. There's actually a different thing happening in political shitholeville world, whatever. Like, wait. You mean there's a different story? I'm not just reading the same book 100 times. It's not just another renewal of the Patriot Act. Really? But that's about it. That's about where it ends. And I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of it. None of it's interesting anymore. What's interesting to me, strangely enough, with Windows basically committing suicide, Windows 11 is an abortion walking. Windows 10 is really just, well, my Ryzen uses ACPI elements incompatible with Windows 7, so I can't run Windows 7 on any Ryzen computers at all. So I have no choice but to move up to 10, which is the only reason, by the way, that I did move up to 10 is my old computer fried. I've still got some of the guts around here. My old desktop, literally, I heard the VRM boil, and then it turned off. So I had to buy a new Ryzen machine to replace my FX 9590, and Ryzens don't work on Windows 7. Otherwise, I would have stayed on Windows 7 for friggin' ever if I could have. But yeah, Windows 11 is cancer, and everybody's just sort of jumping ship to Linux. Linux adoption has gone up drastically. Mac OS not so much, because Macs have gotten bad too. My understanding is the latest Mac OS has AI-ified Mac OS in a way that somewhat mirrors Windows 11. I don't own a newer Mac, so I don't know. I don't really care that much anymore, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm not interested in this crap anymore. Here's the thing, okay? I've been watching videos. The things that have interested me have been the videos of people taking this thing, right? This computer, this ancient beast right here, God knows what's actually in it. But I was putting these CD-ROMs in computers in the early 2000s, so it must be interesting. Or, hey, this is an Athlon XP. I had one of those. Yeah, an Athlon XP. You know what? Assuming that this computer, being an Athlon XP, it may have burned itself up, those damn hot processors. But this is actually probably a capable computer if your needs are within what it can do. Even today, that 486 down there that I showed you, I want to take that and see how much I can do with that. I want to take that and see how much I can do with that. That's what interests me. All these old clunkers, that's what interests me. Problem is, part of that's nostalgia, but part of that's just being so disillusioned with how everything has become a commodity. Like, technology has become consumerized. That's not really the word I'm looking for. Technology has become such a it caters to the lowest common denominator. So this phone doesn't have a slide-out keyboard. It doesn't have a trackball or an optical trackball. It doesn't have 4 or 5 buttons at the bottom like the original Android phone, which I owned. It's just a slate. It's a stupid touchscreen. It's a touchscreen because it caters to the lowest common denominator in society. Buttons, too many buttons confuse old people, or in this case, young people, because they don't actually understand how to use a keyboard. And I'm not joking about that. There are a lot of young people that actually do not know how to use a keyboard. Don't want to leave without these when I do. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, in a lot of ways, are actually more stupid about computers than the baby boomers. And like my grandfather, he had a hard time getting into computers, man. He was born in 1918, at the end of World War I, and he immigrated here a long, long time ago when he was like 16. He fought for the United States in World War II, and the man, I don't remember what year he died, but it was not long after I became an adult that I lost my grandfather. As, you know, grandparents tend to die, that's what happens. Everybody dies. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to die one day. But for years, you know, he learned to use the computer, but it was a struggle for him. But he was a persistent, stubborn bastard, just like me and just like my father before me. He, too, was persistent and stubborn, and he would hack away at something until he got it. If he put his mind to it, he would get it done. There's none of that in the children of today. And part of the reason is everything is a stupid touchscreen with giant baby tiles. It's fucking AOL kids, you know. If I took that in television up there, like, can I do the meme? Can I do the meme? Yeah, there's the Intellivision. Can you see the Intellivision? We got to get the meme, guys. We got to, while I'm here. Okay, you can see that it's an Intellivision, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, we got a thumbnail. Yeah, we got a thumbnail. But if I gave them that Intellivision with that wacky, weirdo-ass numeric keypad disc controller, they wouldn't figure it out. They'd never figure it out. They'd never learn to play the damn thing. If I locked them in a room and that's all they had, they would never figure it out. Because unfortunately, everything today is designed to be extremely easy to use and cater to the dumbest people in society. Some of which are adults, some of which are old people, some of which are children, because children are stupid because they don't know anything yet. Because that's the nature of children. Children are just, they're children. They don't know what the fuck is going on. So anyway, I know I'm ranting all over the place, but my point is that I miss when you had computers that were actually usable to get shit done. When you had computers where the whole purpose of the computer was to accomplish something. Now, the purpose of a computer is to shuffle your stupid consumer asshole into some electronic corner somewhere because they need you to spend more of your money or spend more of your time, which is money, in the advertising world, so they can put ads in front of your face to monetize you or collect data to better monetize you through ads elsewhere. That's it. Like, that's all that these things are at this point, you know, and it's bullshit. It's total bullshit. There's no reason it should be that way. There's no reason that we should have to put up with this shit. Yeah, this is Windows Vista. Bring back Windows Vista. I'll take Vista over 11 any day, because I can tweak Vista to be fast. And you know, Vista, not great. Say what you will about it. Boy, I've got a lot to say about it. But Vista was faster than 11. Even on old slow hardware, if you did it just right, it was at least tolerable. But anyway, I don't really want to continue on with this chitter chatter. The bottom line is, I'm going to have to get with the times, but I don't want to, but I have to. But if this whole job thing works out, maybe, just maybe, I will find some spare time between doing work that gives me an obscene amount of money, assuming I even get an interview. But maybe I'll have enough time at some point to put together real videos showing you what you can do with something like this, or like this. Explaining to you why things are better. That stupid UI documentary that I haven't finished, that I've worked on for way too long, and not worked on to some extent for some of that time, because let's be honest, you don't have something years in the making that you haven't finished without not working on it. But you know, screw it. I'm done with this video. So, what can we end it on? What can we end it on? Well, there's my Commodore floppies that I still need to digitize. There's my 1571 that I still need to use to digitize them into a computer. And, let's see. What's a fun thing to stop this on? I see very little to nothing. There's a bird cage. There's no nostalgia with the bird cage. It's just a bird cage. Parts, tools, a computer. Oh look, optical discs. Remember optical discs? There's sleeves full of optical discs that I burned years and years and years ago and haven't pulled out since, because, why not? Yeah, okay, I think I know what we can stop on. If I can find it, there it is. let me just flip you upside down. There, if you can see it, that's one of my old spelling bee trophies. Yay! Yay! I spell words betterer than some other children. What an accomplishment. Oh my God. So yeah, we go from that to probably network infrastructure crap. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed looking through this nostalgic disaster. I did say it in the video, didn't I? I don't know. I just can't help myself. I just can't stop talking. For some reason, I just can't shut my damn mouth. I got all these VHS tapes, and I just want to show them off. I got all these computers. That's a PS5 I'm supposed to repair, so ignore that. Why would I buy a PS5? That's stupid. But yeah, you get the idea. Bunch of shit. Whatever. Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate all your support over the years. And this is not a goodbye by any means. I don't want you to take it that way. But I have to acknowledge reality, get with the times, and be honest. I feel like you guys really do need to know where my state of mind is and what I'm going through, because I'm a narcissistic prick on the internet, just like everybody else that makes videos and posts them of themselves talking to a camera with no one else around. Someone in some other adjacent storage unit is probably wondering what in the hell is wrong with me and when my schizophrenia is going to stop causing them to be annoyed. Alright, I'm out. Let's see. It's got to be something fun. Here, I'll leave you on my old DVDs. Those are not my old DVDs, but those are. And some of the ones down here. Grandma's Boy, great movie. That's a good note to end it on. Babysitter's Club's not mine. I don't know what you're talking about. Yep, okay, so we're just going to pretend like we didn't see that. Bye, guys.